So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. There's the whistle.
Well, Peter, I'm looking forward to seeing a player who has brought some new skills to the game, Ronaldinho. He looks one way and passes the other. Unconventional and cheeky, but always an enjoyable watch.
Yeah, he's playing beach football on the grandest stage of all.
The entertain.
And a shot! And he's done it!
Well, once more, it's him. And we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Madrid are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Mateus. That's good running with the ball. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. And here's Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho!
Ronaldinho made it all look so simple there before he invited...
Could be danger here! And the pass is intercepted. Madrid are a team that's fond of the low block. They sure defend in numbers.
Yeah, the whole point being to go back to front as quickly as possible, Peter. Of course, once the ball has been won.
Yeah, balls over the top, long diagonals, that's the plan. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Searching pass he's played there. Great chance! And he's there to belt it away. Oh, easy pickings there. Van Dijk. So just the one early goal to report so far. And the score is 1-0. And he's managed to get free. Oh, he's done very well to take that back. Nedved going face-to-face with his great rival. 30 minutes gone. He won't be happy with that one. That'll be a throw. Can he get on the end of this? Shevchenko. Oh, that's nice. Shevchenko gets his head on it! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Madrid with the corner. They're first. De Bruyne plays it short. The ball goes in. And it's hoisted clear. Colorado Springs are looking to go forward now. Now who's going to be first to this? Great defending, strong and determined. Looking to play him in. That ball looks a good one. Just the keeper in his way. Goes long and straight. Vieira. It's Xabi Alonso. And here's Suarez. And it's Nedved. And we've reached half-time. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Well, it's obvious, Peter, that this team was set up to play on the break, and their opponents pretty much played right into their hands, so no wonder they've got their tails up at half-time.
Colorado Springs are in a pretty decent position after 45 minutes. 1-0 to the good. And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half.
Colorado Springs can do themselves a massive favour.
It's Ronaldinho! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
Incredible. He had all the time in the world to pick his spot as well.
Now it's Luis Suarez. That is good alertness. Rijkaard. Now he's got space here. Nesta kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Ronaldinho. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. This is a promising build-up. Mateus! Well, now it's a race for the ball. And now they can clear their lines. Ronaldinho. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Strokes it back. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, while the temptation's always there, Peter, I think it would be ill-advised of them to try settle for what they've got. Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Now it's Luis Suarez. Now it's Cruyff. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Looking to pass their way up the pitch.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Luis Suarez. It's Luis Suarez! And that would have been game, set and match.
Suarez really can't believe it. He let the opposition off the hook there, and he knows it all too well.
Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. It's a searching pass. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery, the defense... And a chance! He's got a goal! A two-goal lead, and they're firmly in control. Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
So is that the decisive goal? Not much in the way of time remaining.
Well, that's a really bitter blow. I think it's going to be very hard for them to find the character to respond from that.
This looks promising. Mateus! And another try! It's a goal! Drama at the death! Is there time for one more twist? His position was perfect. The invitation was there. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Colorado Springs can finally smile now. They have held on in a difficult watch for both sets of fans. A truly emotional roller coaster that. Ronaldinho taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match and is... Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. This is Peter Drury, and I'm happy to inform you that Jim Beglin has joined me to offer his expertise.
Well, thanks for that, Peter. I'm more than ready to get going here.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. We're up and running then.
Giuliano Belletti will undoubtedly have a very busy game here, Peter. He's good going in both directions and has a very impressive engine.
One of those who's become a cult hero for every club he's represented. Famously, of course, 3 years in Catalonia and 1 goal, the winner in a European final.
Yeah, well, who could forget that? But first and foremost, I see him as someone...
He's had a shot! And it's a goal!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate. On heels rather than toes.
A mere formality, nigh on a certainty. He is truly in the zone.
Peter, I can tell you, that was nothing short of a cold-blooded execution.
Colorado Springs finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Totti. Quarter of an hour played. The ball's gone astray.
Colorado Springs really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
Oh, that's fabulous. Can he finish? Dealt with nicely by the defence. And it's Ronaldinho. And he's really put himself on the line here. Colorado Springs with the corner, there first. Tries to get it clear. And that is headed for the middle. And now they can spring out of defence. It's Ronaldinho! Oh, cracking effort.
Oh, the technical control was exquisite. The pummeled attempt was exasperating.
Nedved gets a foot in here. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. And this is Adriano! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. Elects to cross.
Colorado Springs certainly could do with a positive spell for the remainder of this half, just to set the tone for what's to come.
Genuine physical edge about this game. It is quite attritional. And here's Yamal. Yamal! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
And this is Del Piero. And it's Del Piero. Xavi Alonso clears without hesitation. And the referee has signalled for half-time. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. Colorado Springs come in at half-time on the wrong end of a 1-0 scoreline.
Well, obviously things are not good, Peter. It seems the team were just a bit too busy playing within themselves. Too tentative. They have to improve and make it fast.
So that's it for the first half, and everyone takes a well-earned rest. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here.
Colorado Springs can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
And here's Ronaldinho. It's a searching pass. That is ended up in no man's land. Van Dijk. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. And the pass is intercepted. Ronaldinho. It's Ronaldinho! Oh, special! That is a special goal! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. They are right back in business.
And that comes as a very welcome relief. Now let's see who's got what it takes to seize the initiative from here.
Calm, composed, confident. What a super goal.
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
And it's Ibrahimovic. Oh, super find. Oh, he's got a side of goal. Pings in a... Oh, good effort. Firm header, just off target.
He did so well there. It's just a shame about the accuracy.
Poorly directed kick from the keeper. He's given it away. Colorado Springs.
Really do like their passes from deep, Peter.
Making good use of that quarterback position, aren't they?
Yeah, but this is a system that can only work if you have the players who are willing to run at and beyond the defence. Let's see if these forwards are up for it now.
Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Encourage the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Pass is coming off in quick succession here. And here's Del Piero. Oh, good ball. Adriano! And how did he not put that away?
It's a very watchable game, isn't it? Any goal from here could well be the winner.
This their second corner of the game.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Shot a goal!
Oh, once he made the save, it didn't take the keeper long to start barking at his defence.
That's a good ball. Takes a shot! Oh, it's come off the upright. That is some save from Khan. Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played. Well, they've got to get everyone forward, and maybe even the keeper. Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Nedved. This is a promising build-up. And here's Del Piero. And Del Piero! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Del Piero really must be thinking what he has to do to score there. All the big boys are set for this. It's like Land of the Giants in there.
And that has earned a reprieve for the time being. So that's it. It is all over. A good watch, a really good watch. Both sides toiling to try and outthink, outsmart each other. But it wasn't to be, and they're all square. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury and this is Jim Beglin. A delight to have him on board.
Thanks for the intro, Peter. I've been soaking up the atmosphere and I'm really looking forward to what lies in store.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. We're up and running then. And he was alert to it.
It's the sort of situation they'll want to capitalise on now.
Now it's Del Piero. Well, there is David Villa, a player whose thirst for goals is unquenchable. One of Spain's finest ever strikers, Jim.
Yes, I think his record speaks for itself, Peter. He's far from just a poacher.
David Villa! That pass has been well intercepted. Shot goal! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Lewandowski really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
And we have our very first corner. De Bruyne. Cross needs to be good. Cleared without hesitation. Not the most accurate pass. Colorado Springs are still to register a shot on target. As a matter of fact, a shot of any type. White has the space to scheme. Oh, what has happened here? Rijkaard is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Good running, strong and purposeful. Tries to pass it through.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. And it's Schneider. This is a promising build-up. That's a sharp pass. Colorado Springs do seem to have a very clear game plan here, Jim.
Yeah, they're set up to play those long balls from deep, Peter. The front men have certainly been busy making the runs beyond that defence.
Well, it's a tried and tested formula, okay, but very demanding too.
Well, you need your boys up front to work extremely hard, and you need to get the passing right as well, of course.
De Bruyne. Oh, lovely feed. He is such a good mover. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. And this is Adriano, and he's got the beating. Oh, shooting chance! Ronaldinho! He really is something!
Well, what a great goal from a great player. An absolutely glorious strike, just when no one expected it. A real mood changer right on half-time.
So, a temporary halt to the action. So, a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break. Colorado Springs up by 1 goal at the halfway point.
Yeah, I like the fact that there was a genuine flow to this game as well as intent. But I can't help feeling that their efforts deserved that little bit more.
Colorado Springs have made the crucial breakthrough and they're looking pretty satisfied at the break. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half. Colorado Springs currently ahead by the smallest of margins. So, power or guile, what's it going to be? So, a genuine chance to increase the lead. That is some save from De Gea! Oh, he's pulled off a fine save.
Absolutely terrific. Terrific reflexes. Goalkeeping at its very best.
It's anyone's ball now. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. White. De Bruyne. Schneider. Oh, perfectly measured that. That could spell trouble. He is through here. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. And this is Del Piero. Ronaldinho in with the challenge. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
Now it's Villa. Lewandowski. It's Lewandowski! And that's in! Italy are back in business! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
We're looking at a different game now.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Xavi Alonso. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Ronaldinho, a true great in every sense of the word. Silvestre. Schneider. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Nedved. Oh, there's a probing ball. And it's Schneider. That's a lovely, neat pass.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Now it's Del Piero. He's got away. Oh, nice touch. He's having a shot! A game with so much to recommend it. Fabulous contest, but still no clear winner.
Listen, the fans haven't given up.
And the finish! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Villa actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Desperate defending required here. And he's there to clear it. And that has left him in a heap. Decent chance! And smartly reclaimed. Oh, what a ball!
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Oh, that's fabulous. Nesta. Guti carries the ball down the right. Looking for options for movement. And this is Griezmann. And that is as far as it goes. A draw and a highly unpredictable one. Fair share of momentum shifts. Highly entertaining until the very end. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Well, Peter, I suppose it's something.
Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. So we're very much on the way now.
In a system like this, Peter, the winger-fullback combinations can be absolutely crucial.
Yeah, and no doubt you can expand on that for us, Jim.
Well, there's just so many potential options.
And he shoots! Sensational from Eto!
As openings go, this is up there. Another magnificent finish from Mr. Magnificent. This could be good, very good.
That is so good, such sharp skills and such a delicious finish.
Yeah, he gets top marks for that finish. I honestly thought his odds weren't that good.
I doubt that. John Shawley! Rummenigge! Truly a man who will pass the test of time. A finish of true class. 2, and we've barely begun here. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Madrid are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
And here's Totti. Threads one in.
Just needs a little bit of fine-tuning.
Nicked it back promptly. Oh, that's fabulous.
Colorado Springs are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
He won't be happy with that one. Now, can they get him away? It's Totti! Relentless! Just relentless! And they're threatening to fly away here. It was thrashed in, the crispest of hits.
Well, he's absolutely drilled that.
Luis Suarez! And that tested the keeper.
Colorado Springs are stuck in a rut, and impatient putts at goal won't really help their cause here. They need somebody to communicate composure and something more constructive.
Colorado Springs with the corner. They're first. Oh, lovely. It's Ronaldinho! Ronaldinho! He really is something. Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy. It could be a lifeline. 2 more needed. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
That has been drummed into him from such an early age, Peter. It almost came as second nature. He susses the keeper couldn't hold on to it, and he's there in a flash.
Still behind by 2. Is there a way back into this? And this is Dembele. Chance for a shot! And it's in! And that is a little undercooked. Luis Suarez, and he's got away. And the shot! And there's a goal! With half-time at hand! Perfect timing! The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Well, from the moment he got involved, he looked as if he'd go all the way. Terrific.
All of a sudden, we have a game here.
Well, there's a real sense that the momentum has shifted here, Peter, and the crowd are reacting to that now.
And that's a dangerous ball. Luis Suarez! Quick look at his watch, and the referee whistles for half-time. It is quite a game, breathless and laced with excitement.
Well, it's been played at such a frenetic pace. I'm amazed it's only been 45 minutes. I'm wondering whether these players are going to be able to maintain that energy.
Well, that just about sorts out the first 45 minutes, and we'll be back with the second very soon. So off we go again.
Colorado Springs can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Bellingham. Passes coming off in quick succession here. That's a cute ball. Good ball over the top. And that is expertly dealt with. Colorado Springs do look as though they've made a half-time change here.
Well, I think it's the perfect time to make a change.
And he can thump it away. Another pass just keeps it ticking over. Saliba, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Thinks one through. It's a threatening ball. That's a throw. Rijkaard. And here's Suarez. Luis Suarez! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
It's their second corner of the game. And that is well cleared. And now a sudden chance to counter.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Colorado Springs do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. Oh, it's Luis Suarez! Again, a brilliant save. Colorado Springs have their third corner. And he's taking no chances there.
Colorado Springs really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
They're coming again and again.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now. They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
And a chance! And the difference is still one, but only just.
That was extremely good focus from the keeper, and it could turn out to be quite a significant moment.
Corner number 4 coming up here. He leaps for it!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And it's Maldini. And now they can spring out of defence. And the pass is intercepted. Fermin is sporting a guilty look after that.
Encourage the pass with...
Chance! And he's stuck it away. And that brings up the century. Goal number 100 for one very special player. That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
Back to parity, and there's barely any time left.
It just goes to show you what determination can achieve. Okay, there isn't much time left, but if we have to find a winner now, there's no question who I'll be backing.
That pass has been well intercepted. Cannavaro, some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. And that'll be the end of that. What a game, a contest of ferocity and marvellous talent from start to finish. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Listen, the more this game went on, a draw was always likely to be on the cards.
So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. This is Peter Drury, and I'm happy to inform you that Jim Beglin has joined me to offer his expertise.
Thanks, Peter. It's a pleasure and a privilege for me to be here.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. Well, we're on the way. Serginho, now he is quick.
Rapid, Peter. Absolutely rapid.
He's given it away. He is through. Chance! Serginho. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. And that's gone all the way through to the keeper. Can he spark a counter here? Xavi Alonso. Adriano. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. De Bruyne. Kimmich. And it's De Bruyne. And here's Dembele. Dembele showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Now he's got space here. Oh, played right into his path. So a third of the match, or thereabouts, gone, and we still await the first goal. Oh, Griezmann, he's through on goal here. Kobel clears without hesitation. Alonso. Bout of passing here, really easy on the eye.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
Dembele is flagged offside. Now it's Luis Suarez. Stood up well to him there. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Looking for the run. Totti.
Colorado Springs are clearly playing a patient game here, looking to pick out those runners.
Yeah, awesome. It's Dembele! And he couldn't finish.
What a pass. One that literally dropped into his path. It was asking to be finished.
And it's Nedved. Shot goal! And it's a goal! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
Baresi. That's been drilled forward. Serginho cuts it out. Nicely aimed pass. Has a look and place it forward.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
And we've reached half-time. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. So your views on the first half?
Well, I think it's a case of so far, so good. The boss has clearly done his homework, and I don't think he needs to change much during the break. Now they've got the lead, they can expect more of the same in the second half.
Colorado Spring, and he shoots! And it's in! And this is getting better and better. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Oh, that was beautifully done. They were ready to pounce and they were clinical when the opportunity presented itself.
And he's done it again. He's got his second. Nedved! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Guardiola plays it forward. And it's Nedved. Oh, he's having a go! Oh, screamer! That is a gem! An absolute gem! And they are disappearing out of sight. Whoever is in his path, he will always find a way.
Well, he had to deal with an awful lot of unwanted attention, but his tenacity won the day.
Colorado Springs find a position of real strength now.
I think there's been a greater menace to everything they've been doing during this spell, one that they hope will continue.
And this is Adriano. It's Griezmann! Relentless! Just relentless! This day becomes absolutely perfect! Utterly ideal! Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Well, a little more decisiveness on the ball and that probably wouldn't have happened, but still, it was very well played. Great pressure to force the error.
Things looking so easy, almost too easy here.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Oh, well measured. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Oh, truly brave defending.
Some inspired work that. It's good that someone knew exactly what they were doing.
Kobel breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his... Oh, give it away! Adriano! And he's stuck it away! And he is just ripping it up!
Well, it's a goal fest, and the fact it's so one-sided now is getting scary.
And there was his third, and boy, he looks the business, doesn't he just?
Well, you had to fancy him, Peter. He seems to be growing in stature with every goal.
This is a gloriously greedy performance. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Lovely, now then. It's Luis Suarez! Goal! It hurts, does it not? Oh, how reality hurts.
Absolutely no element of fluke either. Makes this even more worrying in some ways.
Well, that is one way to stop him. That's a foul, no two ways about it. And he has shown him a yellow card.
I just think it was a cheap foul to give away.
Ruben Diaz, that is ended up in no man's land. Not the most accurate pass. And this is Luis Suarez. Caught offside that time. Adriano looking for the chance to skim one in from range. Pass somewhat off target. Now it's Griezmann. Goes looking wide. Can he get it through? And it's made its way to him. Griezmann! And that is as far as it goes. Colorado Springs, pretty much in utopia, imposing themselves in the manner they wanted right from the start. Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and seated in the experts' hot seat is our man Jim Beglin.
Thanks, Peter. It's a pleasure and a privilege for me to be here.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. So we're very much... Oh, good effort! What a wonderful goal!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate, on heels rather than toes.
He watched it all the way, and the finish was unerring.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball, made a classic move and met it perfectly.
Colorado Springs are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. And here's Suarez. It's Luis Suarez! Well taken goal. And once more, we are all square. You score, we score.
Yeah, since going a goal down, they've dug in to produce a really fine spell, which for me deserved that equaliser.
A moment that needed composure, and he had plenty of it.
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
Colorado Springs restore parity.
You've got to commend that, Peter. It's the perfect response to falling behind. Don't let your heads drop. Just get back up the pitch and level the scores again. This is cracking stuff.
Throw in. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Not the most convincing of passes. Ronaldinho charging forward, the ball at his feet. Just about midway through the first half, and it has been an engaging watch. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Now it's Eto'o. Bergomi did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Ronaldinho, the specialist in tearing teams apart. Engages and forces him off the ball. Well timed, excellent interception. It's not an especially good pass, that. Adriano. Cannavaro. Pass somewhat off target. Nedved, who does have an assist to his name. Can he get it through? Oh, what a Griezmann! And that is wildly off target.
I think that's just more proof that this team is very comfortable playing on the break. They're really swift.
Cannavaro. Now Costa Curta. Ronaldinho. Oh, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. Oh, that's fabulous. It's Adriano!
He almost caught everyone out there the way he just eked out the room to get the shot in.
Ronaldinho. Passes coming off in quick succession here. So a temporary halt to the action. So it's all square. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. How's the first half compared with your expectation?
Well, I think the manager should be pretty happy that his side managed to come in on level terms. Things seem to be going a little against them, but they stemmed the tide, got their equaliser, and I think we're in for an exciting second half now.
Well, it's been a tight game, but one that's packed with incident and talking points. A decent watch this, and it's 1-1 at half-time. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. And here's Griezmann, Luis Suarez. And this is Luis Suarez. Nicely aimed pass. And it's Xavi Alonso. Ronaldinho. Milan are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be...
And he's let fly!
Colorado Springs are clearly playing a patient game here, looking to pick out those runners.
Yeah, also Luis Suarez! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Colorado Springs with the corner. They're first. Oh, good climb! And that's in! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! Oh, great routine. Put away just as they had practiced it.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one. Colorado Springs leading now.
He's having a hit! Now it's Inzaghi. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Eto'o is a player who's always giving defenders headaches. Cruyff. Now, what about a counter-attack? Oh, that pass isn't the best.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
And he's managed to get free.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Vieira. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. He is through here! Bale carries the ball down the right. It's Nedved! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Nedved actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Good reason for optimism here. He's rising! Oh, crossbar! And there's a goal! And surely that clinches it! There really is no way back now! Inzaghi at his razor-sharp best there.
Yeah, he showed great reactions there. Right place, right time, easy pickings.
Cruyff! And he's stuck it away! And what a climax we have here! And he stuck it away as if laser-guided.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
Milan give themselves a chance of a fairy tale finish.
Well, who's under pressure now? It's going to require some inspired defending to stop...
Judge, surely! It's a goal! Two to the good, and they are purring. Absolutely purring. One sweeping move executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an...
And that's that. They are pumped. Boy, they're pumped. A tough win earned through the power of will. Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. So we're very much on the way now. Antoine Griezmann, do we still consider him, Jim, the face of French football?
Yeah, I think there's some room for debate here, Peter, but I can't think of anyone who has a more versatile style of play.
And he's just won so much, hasn't he? He might have had his fair share of disappointments in various finals, but he did win the tournament that really... Bullet! And it's hoisted clear.
That, Peter, is wonderful reading of the game. Perfect positioning. Well played.
No, that's been intercepted. Rummenigge. Now it's Kaka. Can he get on the end of this? And he's heaved it away. And he's there to retrieve it. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Colorado Springs, so far providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. Shot could be on. Plenty to aim at here. And he's quick to get rid. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. And this is Griezmann. Rijkaard.
Colorado Springs are clearly playing a patient game here, looking to pick out those runners.
Yeah, that's a lot of the forwards, this style, doesn't it? You need them to be very sharp, chasing non-stop, running after lost causes.
Yeah, and you need a lot of movement up front if you're going to make it work.
Gets his head on it! Firm header, just off target.
That's a great attempt, although he clearly feels he should have done better with it.
Knocks it into space. Luis Suarez. Oh, great defending. That needed doing. Threads one in. Costa Curta can clear it away. Throw in. Pepe. It's an inviting looking ball, that. And the through ball. Rummenigge. He's beaten the last man. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. And that is well cleared. Still waiting for the game's first breakthrough goal. Looking to play him in. Tries a shot! Goal! Milan! And Milan have the lead.
Yeah, to see it unfold as succinctly as that, it looks telepathic.
So the first moment of real significance.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
Goes down, but nothing given. Rijkaard, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. And this is Hullet. And we've reached half-time. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here. Colorado Springs go in at half-time with a game to chase.
Yeah, you don't get any points for stating the obvious, Peter, but thankfully this is still very savable. Keep things simple, keep the intensity high, and hope for an early goal. If that happens, it's a game changer.
So that's how it stands at halfway. We'll be back with the second half very soon. And so the action is resumed.
Colorado Springs can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even...
Oh, great leap! And that's a sharp finish. 2 up now, and they are cruising. A really thumping header, absolutely crashes it in.
Well, I don't think he could have asked for a better ball in there, Peter. All he had to do was get in position.
And yes, it's him again. Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, that's a real psychological weight off the shoulders, I think. It's a very different game now at 2 up.
Nedved! Nedved!
What an absolute shame. The composure and imagination to set himself free. He should be locked up after that.
And it's Luis Suarez, and that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Quarter of an hour into the second half. Chance for a shot! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. So changes afoot here, and from both sides. And he's been shifted off it. And they'll start all over again with the goalkeeper, Dida, the great organiser of defence. Aimed beyond the defence. Oh, he's found support out wide. Colorado Springs, perhaps contemplating their next change here. Hullet. Vieira. Milan appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front. Just the keeper in his way. That's going to go a long way. Alonso, well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Mateus. And that's gone loose.
Well, they can at least make a fight of it. Even if it's just a goal, the lift it would give would be huge no matter what the end result is.
Ibrahimovic might just make this. Well, there was an element of promise insofar as they kept the ball well, but they did very little with it. Just 5 minutes remaining now. And smartly reclaimed. Ibrahimovic, a player who needs no introduction. And he plays one through. Pepe deals with that comfortably. Passing is crisp and sharp. Baresi. Searching pass he's played there. That is good alertness. No way through there. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Well, here is a defeat that may hit them hard, and you can... Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. There's the whistle. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Well, it's hard not to be impressed with Ashraf Hakimi, who has proven himself in many of the top leagues at such a young age, Peter. He's tactically very astute, he's versatile anywhere on that right flank, and you see him make overlap after overlap, and he loves to stretch defences.
I wonder whether that has anything to do with you being a defender once upon a time, Jim. And here's Griezmann. Lampard spots it and intercepts. Rijkaard. McAllister. And it's Griezmann. Nedved thinks about the shots. Decent chance! McAllister. Best. Phoenix Rising couldn't do a whole lot with it there. They could do with more sharpness in their passing. He's being chased here by an unwelcome guest. Now this could be a chance. McAllister, can he spark a counter here? So a third of the match or thereabouts gone, and we still await the first goal. It's a good 30, 35 yards out, this.
We all love a trier, Peter, but the wiser choice would have been ball into box.
Luis Suarez, constantly looking for the ball into the box.
Colorado Springs are clearly playing a patient game here, looking to pick out those runners.
Yeah, that's a lot of the forwards, this style, doesn't it? You need them to be very... Rummenigge! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Rummenigge is offering a wry smile there.
Eto'o. Plenty of appeals, but the referee is not interested. Oh, it's a great ball here. Oh, shooting chance! They've scored! A truly wonderful strike, decorated with dip and curl.
Oh, what a hit, Peter, and there was nothing lucky about it, let me tell you. It was measured, it was simply inch perfect.
Phoenix Rising have fired themselves in front.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious.
For chance, surely! And there's a goal! They are purring, truly purring. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all...
Tries a shot! And it's come back out to him. And he hits the net. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, you might think I'm being a bit harsh, Peter, but I just can't help the feeling that the keeper should have done a better job. Full stop.
A shift in momentum, perhaps.
Oh, we have a very different game on our hands now, all of a sudden. This one's totally up for grabs.
And here's Eto'o. Now, can they get him away? Van Dijk does really well to win the ball there. Lampard. And that signals the end of the first period. So engaging and still right on edge. Plenty of signs to suggest this will turn out to be a really good one. It is quite a game, breathless and laced with excitement.
Yeah, they're ahead, Peter, but they can't afford to get too complacent. They need to go with the same intensity and tempo they showed in getting both the goals. Try to get another now and establish that two-goal cushion early in the second half.
Well, that just about sorts out the first 45 minutes, and we'll be back with the second very soon. So right back into the action.
Colorado Springs can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
And it's Cruyff. That's a lovely, neat pass. And here's Suarez. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Now it's Eto'o. Real chance. He's had a shot! And that's in. And this is getting better and better. That is glorious, as if he picked it up and put it there himself.
Oh, that's an incredible shot. The dip and the curl he managed to get on it. Impeccable technique, Peter. Absolutely impeccable.
Phoenix Rising go up by 2 and are looking good.
Well, everything is going to plan, Peter. A day for a regular managerial heartbeat, at least for one.
Eto'o couldn't quite force his way through this time, but boy, he had a go at it.
Yeah, definitely not much wrong with what he tried, all things considered. The defence were just well prepared for what was coming.
Now it's Luis Suarez. Nedved. Colorado Springs do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. Cruyff. McAllister. And that has been cut short. Quality ball. And that pass just didn't quite work. Alexander-Arnold. Van Dijk. Couldn't squeeze it through. Now it's Luis Suarez. Cruyff.
It's the sort of situation they'll want to capitalise on now.
Lahm kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Pepe.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Adriano. And it's Nedved. Adriano. Shot a goal! And it's in! Back within 1! They have them in their sights again! Unstoppable. Just how do they contain him?
Well, at one stage, he was being body-checked, Peter, and then the next minute, it's in the back of the net. That's wonderful striking.
Just 1 in it now.
Well, I think they have every chance of levelling this now, Peter, but they've got to stay calm and not go completely gung-ho. This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
And that's really well manoeuvred. And that is as much time as there will be. Colorado Springs were involved in a great game here, unpredictable. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. So that's got things underway. Well, Edmilson's selection has certainly attracted some scrutiny, but the man himself looks, as ever, Jim, utterly unfazed.
Yeah, I like him because he's got a certain elegance about him, Peter. We all know Brazilian players love the idea of getting forward, and he's probably one of the better defensive players on the ball.
So no gung-ho heroics?
No chance.
And that has been cut short. Shevchenko, impressive jump! Harmlessly behind. Looking to play him in, and this is Cruyff. Cruyff was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. And it's Nedved. And here's Del Piero. Now it's Cruyff. Cruyff! That is a super hit, but it was always just off target.
Well, he looks like he's annoyed with himself there. He didn't do an awful lot wrong, did he?
Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Mateus. And he's quick to return it. So it is still 0-0. Oh, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. This is a promising build-up. Gives it back.
Colorado Springs are clearly playing a patient game here, looking to pick out those runners.
Yeah, that's a lot of the forwards, this style, doesn't it? You need them to be very sharp, chasing non-stop, running after lost causes.
Yeah, and you need a lot of movement up front if you're going to make it work.
Edmilson has been booked, just to confirm, for that earlier incident.
Well, Peter, when you're up against a speedster, you've got to get to him early and not let him get into his stride, and they're just not doing that.
Vieira. Griezmann. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. It's Griezmann! Griezmann! Becoming a modern great. A finish right from the top drawer. A moment that needed composure, and he had plenty of it.
Well, that's great disguise he got on that finish too. Just toying with the defence, making them guess the wrong thing to do. Made him look a bit silly, Peter.
Colorado Springs have penetrated for the first time.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
And he's gone backward. Getting up there! He is desperate to get on the score sheet, but not this time.
Well, the breakthrough hasn't come yet, Peter, but you do feel they're upping the ante here. They'll get their reward if they can stick at this.
He can run onto that, and this is Del Piero. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Now it's Cruyff. The whistle's gone, and that's it for the first half. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Okay, they got hit with that one sucker punch, but I don't think there was much wrong with their overall approach. I think the boss needs to give his team a lift during the break, and they should still be quite buoyant.
Colorado Springs with the game's only breakthrough. It's 1-0. The second half is up and running. Colorado Springs currently ahead by the smallest of margins. No, that's been intercepted. Messi. Now it's Forlan. It's a really well-measured ball. Forlan. And a chance! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Messi is offering a right smile there.
And we have our very first corner. Messi goes short. Colorado Springs have the chance to go the other way. Great ball, and it's Cruyff! Now, who's going to be first to this? The team still separated by the game's only goal. Xavi Alonso. And here's Cruyff. He's shifting through, and Cruyff! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball.
What a cracking save from the keeper. That may turn out to be a pivotal moment.
And the pass is intercepted. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Now it's Forlan. It's come to nothing.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
And it's Griezmann. And here's Del Piero. There were better options before the ball was lost. Easy to save from up here, I know. Messi. That is a brilliant interception.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
He won't be happy with that one. Messi. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Well, they're looking at the referee, but he's waved play on. No way through. And here's Shevchenko.
Barcelona really don't have a choice now. They just have to throw everything forward and give themselves a chance to draw level.
And here's Forlan. There's the shot! It's a goal! They have stolen level at the last! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Barcelona are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides. Back to parity, and there's barely any time left.
Credit where it's...
Oh, he's been caught napping! Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. A draw, and a highly unpredictable one. Fair share.